Happy Thick Thursday, Courtney. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Alex. I'm hanging in there on today's Thick Thursday. Oh, that kind of hurt a little.
Exactly. Hello, T-Tribe. Hope you're all doing well. Courtney, we got to talk about a lot. But before we get into it, I have to know, did you catch up on Beverly Hills last night?
Let me tell you something, Alex. It very much was a valiant effort on my part. The last thing that I remember before slipping into a slumber was something about Kim Richards and something. Is she getting a breast implant removed? What's going on with her breastises? Because she was in the doctor's office, right? She was in like the bed.
Yes.
And Kyle was like in the waiting area or something like that.
Yes. So both. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there, but what I will want to talk about is Erika Jayne, because she started all this drama last night. Not drama, but kind of presented the thing to Aaron, who's been mansplaining everyone. And she basically addresses it. Like, Denise goes to the bathroom. I'm giving you a few spoilers if anyone hasn't seen it. But Erika, you know how like Erika doesn't really get into the drama unless it's like presented to her and then she reacts to it. So she is not happy with Aaron. And she said that he's mansplaining her. And I totally get it because that's one of my biggest pet peeves. Mansplaining is not something that I enjoy. And I think any man should do to any woman. So Erika basically addresses him like, what's going on? Who is Aaron? I don't understand this relationship. What are your thoughts on him?
I feel like he's all right. I just found him to be, I don't know if it's the editing or what it is, but I find him to be very peculiar. There was the scene, I think Aaron was holding Denise's hand. He said he was going to crush her hand at one point. She was like, stop what to say, I'm going to crush your hand or whatever. And that was very strange to me, especially something to say on camera. I want to ask you and the mom tribe something that's really been like on my mind, and I have to ask other people because I'm not a parent. You feel me? So mom tribe, parents, people that want to slip into a parent's shoe real quick, a little boot, if you will, a little kitten heel moment. If you felt like your friends being around your children was not a situation that was appropriate, is it fair to let your friends know, like, listen, you and I are cool, but when it comes to my kids and our kind of mature conversation, I think that it's more appropriate for us to not be around? Because there's sort of like this mom shaming conversation happening. And I'm not so sure appropriate comments. You shouldn't be around my kids. No? Is that weird?
Yeah, no, I don't completely understand what's going on either. I feel like the whole thing is weird because I understand kind of filtering yourself in front of children, but at the same time, it's like, you know how this show works. Like, you know what's going on. Things come out of your mouth, especially when you have a few drinks involved that you may not want to have a child hear. And so I get both sides to it. I see why she's upset. I see why she's embarrassed. Of course, Denise has shielded her children from kind of the whole Charlie Sheen drama and him and acting as if, focusing on that he's a good father and not kind of all the crazy. So I get her feeling so strongly like I've been trying to protect these kids forever. But at the same time, it got into this conversation and you don't necessarily need to mom shame everyone because a lot, all of them are really good moms in my opinion. So the whole thing is confusing to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's very confusing to me, but I feel like by the end of the season, perhaps we'll have a couple more answers. I'm just kind of I feel like there's more to the story right now because for those of you guys that are not watching right now, the situation I just described is happening on the show, but it's being dragged out over the course of many, many episodes, in my opinion. So I'm kind of wondering where the resolution will lie here. Or is this just to fill us up until we get Brandy on in to really spill the tea and get into the mess?
I think that's exactly what's happening. It feels like it's been going on for like a month and a half. It's the one storyline, really. It's kind of old now. We need to move past it.
And also, Alex, before we get into what's going on with the tea, I want to know why Denise is like overselling the story. So you guys, Denise Richards, if you guys don't know, she's a very famous actress, soap opera actress, I believe now today. she is saying like, "Oh, my kids came and they confronted me about our mature conversation." And then when they, the producers on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills are shady,
And then they
they'll
throw
go
it
back
yeah.
to the exact moment. And the daughter was like, "No, it's cool, it's fine. Like, it's just, whatever." And so, like, I'm kind of curious as to why Denise Richards is like really making it a bigger thing than what it actually is. Or am I just not a parent? You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. They do that kind of throwback, and the little girl's like laughing about it. She's obviously like uncomfortable because she's young, but at the same time, Denise is making it as if the daughter approached her, and it could be editing that we didn't see, but that's how it happened. So
we don't have to see how this play out, girl.
People definitely. Sar in the chat says, I understand that Denise wanted to protect her kids from adult conversations, but her kids are surely watching the show. No? Very good point.
They don't already know about Aaron and the happy ending, girl. We all done saw it and heard about it, girl. So you might as well just keep it moving.
That's why they're calling Denise a hypocrite or at least Lisa Rinna is, who's hilarious about the whole situation, because she's saying Denise is kind of pick and choosing when she wants to be filtered and when she doesn't. But then Denise is coming back saying, well, this has to do specifically with my kids. But that's a good point. The kids are definitely watching the show. I'm sure all their children watch the show. It's their mom's work, technically. I know I'd be watching, right?
Girl, it's all over the news. It's on the Google Schmoogle. Right. You can pull that right on up.
Exactly. Social media, it's like those kids are on Instagram and Twitter and all that jazz. So they're gonna see it whether or not you want them to. So anyway, we'll just have to stay tuned. But I'm happy it's back because I love Beverly Hills and I'm ready for that Brandy Denise drama to play out. But until then, let's get into all the news we have to talk about today. Some really, really sad, shocking, scary news we will get to for our OMT story of the day. Guys, I know you've been talking about it in the chat already about Naya Rivera. Very, very sad. She's gone missing. Nobody really knows what's going on. So we will get into that at the end of the tea today. But first off, Zendaya has teamed up with her Euphoria creator to film a secret movie during quarantine. So this is exciting and interesting. So we will get into that. And then some other exciting news. Mariah Carey has finished her memoir, and we're going to hear all about that. Then get this, Matt Bomer reveals that he was almost casted on the Mickey Mouse Club. Some interesting news about that. He talks about the audition process and everything like that. Justin Timberlake is urging his home state of Tennessee to remove racist monuments in an effort to have America move forward in the fight against racism. This is some admirable news from Justin Timberlake that we have today. And then get this, Harry Styles is helping people fall asleep. He's teamed up with an app, and he's gonna talk you to sleep. So we will get into that. And then some couples news, new couple alert. Niall Horan has been in a secret relationship for 2 months that we don't know about, but we know now, and we will break it down. And then for TikTok fans, Charli D'Amelio apologizes for her reaction to the Chase Hudson drama. I know we've been talking about this a little bit on the show, but we will get into her apology. And then for our Car Jenner tea time, Khloe Kardashian fans think she looks like Kylie in her latest photo. I know you're going to have a lot to say about that, Courtney, because I don't know what's going on. And then get this, Kim Kardashian is, I guess people discovered or recalled that Kim Kardashian took Northwest and the entire family went to get vaccinations on a Keeping Up with the Kardashians episode when Kanye is running his anti-vaccine presidential campaign. Speaking of that, right before we went live, TMZ reported some scary news about Kanye, that his family, again, speculation, not confirmation, his family is afraid that he's having a bipolar episode with some of the things he said. They said this happens once a year. And his family is concerned with kind of course, announcing the presidential bid and his Forbes interview and a lot of things he said. So Of course, that story just developed, so we will kind of watch it, and I'm sure we'll have more to say about it tomorrow, but just wanted to mention that. And then, like I stated earlier, we will get into that sad Naya Rivera news. It's just heartbreaking. But there is a lot to talk about today on this Thick Thursday, Courtney.
Girl, it's real thick, it's real juicy, but you know what? We've got about 45 minutes, girl, I think. Girl, we gonna get to the bottom of all this today.
we will, and we did by the end of this. So why don't we just get right into it? Because we have a lot to talk about. Why don't you pour up that tea and let's break it down. We're going to give you all the stories you missed. Courtney, do you have your watermelon mint?
I actually do, and it smells absolutely fine and divine, girl. Hold on. Where's she at, girl? Trader Joe's, y'all.
Yes,
make sure you get that. Bam. Cheers, girl.
Okay. Cheers to that watermelon. Watermelon sugar hat. It's perfect for our Harry Styles story today.
It's like strawberries on a summer evening. Oh, sorry, Harry did that. I love me some Harry Styles, Alex.
Harry did that.
That's
me too. You know, we have a special connection too. So, okay, let's get into our first story, which happens to be about Zendaya, who we haven't spoke about in a minute, but I'm excited about this news because she teamed up with her Euphoria creator to film a secret movie during quarantine. So get this. Zendaya shot an entire movie and wrapped it all during quarantine alongside her co-star, John David Washington. So this secret project is called Malcolm and Marie, and apparently has a number of social and pandemic themes throughout the movie. So Zendaya tweeted a black and white photo, kind of teasing it, captioning it Malcolm and Marie. Here's the photo right here. Deadline reported that the two quietly filmed in Carmel, California from June 17th to July 2nd. The setting was at this place called the Caterpillar House, which is an environmentally conscious glass marvel, which has been, it's on more than 33 acres of land. No more than 12 people were on set. They practiced social distancing, and then they also worked with doctors and lawyers and unions to meet all the requirements. So they were very, very safe before anyone judges all of this in filming this. But this is interesting because it's kind of the first project. I'm sure a lot of this will come out now, but kind of the first project we've seen born through quarantine. Do you think that this means that Hollywood is opening up again soon? Do you think this is like the new normal of how people are going to kind of film productions now, these small productions?
Maybe. I still want the big productions though, Alex. You know, everything is being moved, and we have to wait a year to get like the Halloween movies and stuff like that. And you know what? If this works for Zendaya and everyone was safe, then I'm glad. I'm excited to see her in something new. I'm excited to see her, period. Especially because we ain't got no Euphoria yet. But I don't know if this is the future. I hope not, girl. I want the world to get back to a place where we could have like big budget films again. But I'm not so sure. What about you?
Yeah, you know, I think at least for a while, I mean, this does give me some hope that Hollywood's opening back up, but until I think we have more information or a vaccine or anything going on, I do think this may be the new normal, unfortunately. But speaking to your Euphoria point, what's most interesting about this is how was she able to movie before she started filming season 2 of Euphoria, right?
Yeah, right. Maybe she had more of a hand in the production of this. Maybe, you know what I mean? In terms of the decisions. Euphoria, girl, we shut it down. None of y'all coming on this set.
She helped kind of produce some of this. But because this is the Euphoria creator, you think that he would kind of focus on his first success first, right? You know what I mean? But this is interesting. A lot of people are very, very excited because they're finally happy to see Zendaya with a Black love interest. You know that we have seen her in many films before. You know, Zac Efron was one of her love interests. So people are very, very excited to kind of see her with her co-star in this. So that's some exciting news, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely want to check that one out. Come on, Zendaya.
Yeah. Yes. Well, some other exciting news we have to get into. Mimi has finished her memoir. And it was incredibly hard, humbling, and healing, she said. Listen, I'm a huge Mariah Carey fan. I've never been more excited to read something in my life. She basically took to Instagram to confirm that she's officially finished it. She said she worked on the memoir with Michaela Angela, and it'll be published under Andy Cohen's book imprint, which was kind of interesting. She said the book is composed of my memories, my mishaps, my struggles, my survival, and my songs, unfiltered. I went deep into my childhood and gave the scared little girl inside of me a big voice. I let the abandoned and ambitious adolescent have her say, and the betrayed and triumphant woman I became tell her side. Writing this memoir was incredibly hard, humbling, and healing. My sincere hope is that you are moved to a new understanding, not only about me, but also about the resilience of the human spirit. Now, that's pretty powerful.
Mariah's memoir should be called Mimi, Myself, and Mimi Again. That's it. That's it.
It's no secret that Mariah has had a very kind of difficult life. Of course, she broke into the industry at 19 years old. The famous story is that she got into some big party and handed her tape to Tommy Mottola, who was the head of Sony Music at the time, who ended up marrying her. And then she was in this yeah. And then she was in this kind of like serious, controlling relationship. And she always felt with him that he could have kind of pull the rug right under her. So I'm personally excited to get more of an insight into that marriage. I know Tommy Mottola has publicly apologized for kind of controlling her years ago, but to break that down, also to get more of a look into her marriage with Nick. We know it's all about Mimi at the end of the day. She is a diva. That is no secret, but I'm excited to see more of the candid side of her, the humbling side of her, and really get a look into her life. What are you most excited? Are you going to read it, Courtney?
I'm not going to read it. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not going to read it, but shout out to the lambs and all of the lambs and the lambily, because y'all get to really, but the only thing that I would be interested in is how she met Nick Cannon and how that came to fruition and what is their relationship like now. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I want to know if she's going to talk about J-Lo in the book. Now, Alex, would you be here for J-Lo and Mariah to get it together and share the stage? Not even for a iTunes song, but for like a live. You know how VH1 used to do divas back in the day? We need, can we get J-Lo and Mariah together since they don't know each other?
There is nothing more than I would love to see. I mean, I am a huge J-Lo fan, as you know. Love Mariah as well. So I guess we will just stay tuned. Let's put that out there because I would love to. Yeah. I mean, how entertaining would that be? Wesley
Alex saying
throwing out new titles.
Tal said that they're not going to read, but they will wait for your report, girl. So, Alex,
okay.
You better get to the pages.
Knowing her, it's going to be like 500 pages that I don't even have time. I'll read the Spark Notes and get back to you. Oh, Wesley says Mariah's book, chapter 35, I still don't know her. Wow. Wesley is heating up the chat with Mariah chapters and titles. Maybe you should write another memoir for her. People have two memoirs? I don't know. Okay. Well, on that note, I will report back after I read it. But I'm very, very excited. It's a lot to intake. I know, like I mentioned, had a challenging life. So interested to get more insight into that. But listen to this, because we just got more insight on the Mickey Mouse Club and some of the history behind it. Matt Bomer just revealed that he was almost casted in the Mickey Mouse Club. I love this news, but was called last minute to cancel the final casting. So get this. So of course, the Mickey Mouse Club launched a lot of careers of well-known actors, Ryan Gosling, Kerry Russell. Here's a photo we've seen many times. And of course, Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera. I mean, superstars have come from the Mickey Mouse Club. Well, Matt Bomer was almost one of them. So he was recalling the audition process saying, they lined you up and you had to sing a song. He said he had no song prepared, so he just sang the song that the girl in front of him sang, and it was Eternal Flame by the Bangles. And then he said he basically made up a monologue and on the spot for the comedic part, and then he kept getting called back. He didn't even have a headshot with him. Like, he was so unprepared. So then he got word that they were going to bring him out to Orlando and give him a screen test. So he really prepared. He had a lot of time. He got a monologue ready. He had a song prepared, everything. And then, like, the last minute, they told him not to come. So that's some sad news. But my question to you is, do you think that, you know, this would have changed his career at all? I mean, Matt has been very, very successful with, you know, he originally his first TV kind of spot was All My Children. Then he was on White Collar. He's had a Golden Globe nomination, Magic Mike. You know, he's been in 17 films, 21 TV productions, and 6 stage productions. Wikipedia told me. I checked right before we went on. So this guy still had a great career no matter what. Do you think it would have changed anything?
I don't think so. I feel like Alex, and I say this a lot, like, what is meant for you is going to be yours regardless. So I always look at things like, if this wasn't my opportunity, oh girl, you best believe my time will come. And I'm sure that Matt felt the same way. And look, ta-da, sometimes it's just not your train. It's not your bus. You missed it. Casting director, we watched a VHS tape and said, he ain't know that monologue. That monologue don't exist. We ain't calling him back. He ain't no professional. Allegedly, maybe, speculation, not confirmation. But anything could have happened. You know what I mean? But all it takes is for everything to be in the right place in the right moment, and you'll succeed. And look, girl, he's successful. Girl, got all the riches and doubloons.
Totally. I mean, on that point, Courtney, was there any like potential opportunity that you remember growing up that you always go back to and you're like, what if I would have, you know, gotten that job or that role or had that experience? Would my life have changed at all?
I think about back in the day, like little reality TV shows that like I've applied for and gotten a couple rounds to, and then it's like always something is like out of whack or like I missed an email or something. I'm like, well, guess it's not my time, but girl, believe me, I'm sure my time will come one day. The producers, I'm gonna find y'all. Y'all gonna cast me. Y'all gonna fly me somewhere. I know that.
Speaking of reality shows, now that you say that, so I have this little like fun fact. Back in the day, Spencer, like Spencer from the Hills, Spencer and Heidi, came to my high school, and they were going to do The Valley, because I grew up in San Fernando Valley, where Calabasas is. So they filmed like a fake show, and I had confessionals and everything. So I could have been a reality television star, Courtney, and not been here with you talking all the tea. Yes.
You already know now I'm upset. Spencer was
I know.
You know I'm upset. One, because I'm sure around that time, Alex, Spencer, and Heidi definitely were not in the right mind to be doing no type of reality show with other people. Two, Alex, we would have been standing you on the show.
I mean, right? Life would have been totally different.
We want to start it off, girl.
What if there was The Valley? You know what I mean? I know it's a weird story, but that's when I saw this, I thought, oh well, I don't know if my life would have changed, but yeah, it's just a little fun story. I like to break the ice sometimes, but yeah, I think on this point, I think that Matt Bomer is still okay. And he will be sick no matter what, because he has Ryan Murphy in his back pocket, and you know how Ryan Murphy like teams up with his actors and continues to make them successful. Darren Criss, so we know that he will be successful forever, right?
Oh yeah,
okay,
fine,
and
girl.
He's not bad on the eyes, very very good looking. So I will add that in. that can only help. Okay. Well, let's get into, speaking of the Mickey Mouse Club, we have some very admirable Justin Timberlake news. He is urging his home state of Tennessee to remove racist monuments in an effort to have America move forward in the fight against racism. So Justin Timberlake has joined this fight to have Confederate statues taken down. So he's following the footsteps of Taylor Swift, who was one of the first celebrities to kind of speak out on this issue. So he wants symbols of quote, men who proudly owned and abused Black people to be removed across the South and throughout the US. So he shared an Instagram video from the ACLU, which reported there are still 1,296 Confederate monuments across 10 Southern states. So he said in his caption, quote, if we plan to move forward, these monuments must come down. But let's remind you, removing these statues does not erase our country's vile history of oppression. Removing them is a symbol of respect for Black people in America, and it's a step towards progress and actual equality for all. So some people have argued that it's part of history, to which Justin says no one should be protecting the legacies of Confederate leaders and slave owners. One person commented on his post, quote, statues should not be removed. We have to learn from our history and not repeat mistakes. Monuments are also culture. They are signs of where we come from and where we should go. Education is the key. So my question to you is, do you agree that these statues should be removed, or do you think we should use these statues as education and a reminder of not repeating history?
Alex, the statues need to come down. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Also,
yeah.
And I know y'all are probably sick of me saying this, if you ain't Black, you don't have no room to be telling Black people whether or not their opinion on whether the statue needing to be coming down or staying up is right or wrong. How about this? So we don't forget our history, Alex. How about we just have better education? I'm seeing pictures in the textbooks from back in 90, 98, 99, and they got a white man in the Egyptian head garb. How that work? How that work? You know what I'm saying? So how about just making the education better, and then we won't have to have statues. Also, Alex, I feel like that's and excuse my language, that's such a dumbass point to say, like, let's not forget our history. Alex, how many people go and see a statue of somebody that owns some slaves and they go, oh, well, let me go on Google and find out about him. It don't happen. Y'all just are capping, as Offset would say. Y'all are capping and lying because y'all are very comfortable with defending racism. And I know it might be uncomfortable to some to hear me say that, but that's just the truth of the matter. Y'all are supporting racism. The same people who support Jeffree Star, supporting racism. Once again, I know it's uncomfortable, but we have to have these conversations, you guys. The statues got to come down. Why do I want to live in a town? Imagine going to my town square. Oh, let me go get a acai smoothie real quick, girl. And I go and I see a statue of a man with a slave on his knees with a whip or something. Like, you know what, Alex? God bless America. You know what I'm saying, girl? Take them damn statues down. The fact that it's even an argument is hilarious to me. How do you feel about it? Do you think that they should come down, or is there some sort of educational value that I'm missing to them being up?
No, I believe that they should come down 100%. Like you said, I think education is key. One thing that could be done, I'm not saying this should be done, but there are history museums. There's a Holocaust museum. There's the Anne Frank house. These are horrible, horrible things that have happened in history, but they are brought to a museum where you can go and educate yourself. So that could be kind of a resolution to this, where they take the statues for those that feel strongly that they should stay up. Maybe they move these, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, to a museum to educate people on. But like you said, I think the most important part is to educate and no longer have these statues up, in my opinion.
I do have it's not really a question. It's a general question that I just want everyone to think about. Once again, y'all, shout out to Justin Timberlake, because this is something positive. However, the question still remains. Did he ever apologize to that Black woman, Janet Jackson? That's the question, Alex, because nipples were revealed and only one person was blackballed. And then Justin went on to R&B his expletive off, girl, and we all bought it, girl. We was buying it, girl. Rock your body. Remember all of that, girl? We was like, yes, God. But Janet Jackson couldn't even go on CBS.
I know.
Interesting. You gotta know your history. You see that, y'all? And I didn't even need a statue to remember that. Look at that. Look at how education in the pop culture sphere just jump out. Look, you don't need no statue. Now,
Right. Right. But I think that I hear what you're saying, and I feel that should be addressed. But like we said, maybe he is taking this time to educate himself and grow from it and make himself better with kind of fronting this movement. But I will say that I do appreciate that celebrities like him and Taylor Swift are kind of focusing on this, because again, it goes back to the point, like, use your platform for good, to educate and inspire and all of that. And so I appreciate that part of this story. But let's get into something else that I'm appreciating right now. Harry Styles, listen to this. He's teamed up with the Calm app for a sleep and meditation story called Dream With Me. So he told The Hollywood Reporter that sleep and meditation are a huge part of his routine, whether he's at home or at the studio or out on the road. So the Calm co-founder, I don't know, T-Tribe, if you're familiar with Calm, it's an app. I have it downloaded. I use Brain FM, probably a competitor, to sleep every night. So I am all about helping myself sleep with some sort of sound machine. So I am into this story. And the Calm co-founder said, Harry's voice usually electrifies audiences around the world, but his unique sleep story will help millions of people drift off to dreamland every night. Would you want to fall asleep to Harry Styles' voice every night, Courtney?
Absolutely. Any day of the week, any month, any week, any year, any millennium, any century, period. I love Harry Styles. Alex, let me tell you something. I saw Harry Styles. Thank the Lord. Oh my God, Alex, thank the Lord I saw Harry Styles before all this happened, girl. I got to wait till next year to see the girls. And I saw him. He did like a one night only at the Forum, and he performed his entire album like the day it came out from start to finish. Girl, the second he put his lips to that microphone and started singing, girl, the chill that ran down my spine, y'all. Listen, download the Calm app. This is not sponsored, by the way. Y'all need to download the Calm app and get into Mr. Harry Styles, period. That's a voice on him.
That is a voice. You know, who would you, besides Harry, who else would you want to hear to help you sleep every night? Is there another voice that Taylor Swift. The only reason I'm not going to say Nicki Minaj is because Nicki Minaj raises my heart rate. I would get too excited and I would never fall asleep. Ever. It would have to be Taylor. A nice, soft, good evening. You hear the purr of the cats in the background. Ooh, I mean, I could do I could do like a Morgan Freeman or a James Earl Jones, or we could do a little Beyonce or maybe some Sarah McLachlan. You know,
Sarah McLachlan was like, if you don't save more.
You know that video when you've seen? I mean, that commercial. You've seen that commercial with the adoption, and she sings. Exactly.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah McLachlan.
Exactly. She has a soothing voice. You can't deny that, Courtney. So these are some people that I would like to go to sleep with. However, don't you think I am definitely downloading that Calm app to hear Harry Styles. This is going to be exciting. And I will report tomorrow. You know, maybe I'm going to listen to him tonight to fall asleep and see if I get good sleep. That's what we'll
Test
do.
it out, girl. You got to read the bedtime story, girl. Get into that, girl. He got a good accent, too.
Yeah, I know. You guys, if you tried, Google it. You can see it. I think it's on Spotify or whatever. I think it was just Jared. I saw the article. And you can hear a little clip of it. So go check it out after. But stay here till we're done with the morning tea. Let's get into Harry. This our couples therapy story of the day has to do with his former One Direction bandmate Niall Horan, who has been in a secret relationship for 2 months, rumored to be dating shoe buyer Amelia Woolley. So
love it.
Amelia is a shoe buyer for the brand Nicholas Kirkwood. So Amelia posted a black and white photo on her Snapchat of the two of them with the caption Sunday's vibe. So the two have reportedly gotten very close during quarantine at home in London. A source has told Daily Mail that Niall is very serious about Amelia. Lockdown has definitely intensified his feelings for her. That's the two of them. She's a beautiful girl. And he thinks Amelia is gorgeous, but they also really get on. I love that they just said that, because now that I'm watching Love Island UK, I'm learning all the banter, and they say really get on instead of like get along. So I knew exactly what they meant.
And when they kick off, girl, you don't want to be around when they kick off, girl. They kick off, girl. You better run for the hills. Oh, no, don't kick off.
Exactly.
Kick off.
And so Amelia has also told close friends that this could be the real deal. So, do you think that celebrity, non-celebrity relationships work out better than two celebrities dating? Or do you think that that kind of common ground of going through those same things together as celebrities make healthier relationships?
I think it depends on the people. I feel like Niall is very chill, very down to earth, not really too much about the opulence of it all, darling. So like, why not date someone like this? I love that. We have no idea who she is. Amelia, girl, who's that? Never heard of her. Love it. Love it. We got to get Selena one of those. Who is that? Never heard of him. We need that for her too.
I know.
Y'all know I love Nylene, but this is good news.
Yeah. Alonce in the chat said, wasn't Niall the one married to an X Factor judge? No, that was Liam.
Yeah.
And I don't actually think they were married. I think they were engaged. I could be wrong, but they did have a child together. But I don't think they're no longer together. But yes, that's an interesting story too, Liam, because that's a whole nother, we don't even have time for that. But
well, I'm not even going to get into the Liam stuff. Alex, because if I get to talk about Liam, I'm going to get upset. So
I know. We don't want you to get upset because we have so many other stories to talk about. But anyway, congratulations to Niall. Niall seems like a very, very sweet man. He's also very talented and he seems happy. So I'm happy that he's happy. And I think that this could work. I think sometimes being with someone that is a non-celebrity can kind of balance you. Sometimes it's too much drama when you're both in the public eye. So I'm here for it. I did like him dating. Yes. I will say I did like him with Haley Steinfeld. I thought that it was interesting at first, but like I kind of liked their vibe because I know Haley. I've interviewed her many times and she's so chill. And I think they were kind of on the same wavelength. So, but I wish him well with Amelia. So
come on now.
I know. Speaking of wishing well, we got to get into this Charli D'Amelio news because she is apologizing for her reaction to all this Chase Hudson drama. She took to Instagram Live to give an apology. So for those that aren't fans of TikTok, Charli is like, or the D'Amelio family is like the queen, or they're like the Kardashians of TikTok at this point. And Charli specifically is like queen, and she is the most mature 16-year-old in the world. So Charli was dating Chase Hudson, who, AKA Little Huddy, for those that don't know. I guess they broke up, but they were still kind of talking. And then he ended up kissing another TikTok star named Nessa and going to Charli's house right after, not telling her. So this all came out. You saw the drama on Twitter. Well, Chase and Nessa also both admitted that this happened. Well, Charli's doesn't want to deal with this anymore, and she took to Instagram Live to apologize for engaging in this drama. So she said, quote, "The drama that has happened in the last few days was handled completely immaturely, myself included. It should not have happened online, and it breaks my heart to see the people that I love get hate. It makes me feel so guilty that I had any part in it. I apologize for what I said. I was extremely hurt and I felt betrayed. So I did what I had to do to make myself feel better, but I know that was not the right thing to do, and I will make sure that that doesn't happen again. I don't want to make excuses for myself." She also directly apologized to Nessa and Chase for getting hate online, because I guess they are getting a lot of hate, and said that they both still hold a very special place in her heart. So my question to you, Courtney, is have you ever been in a situation, I know I have, where you found yourself like apologizing for someone else's wrongdoing?
I was in an entire friendship where all I did was apologize for the other person's wrongdoing. I didn't realize that, just to not be so extra and overshare. I was really close friends with someone, and I never realized that none of my other close friends liked them. So whenever they did something that was perceived as awful, I would always be the one apologizing and being like, oh my God, it's me. And then eventually, obviously, because it was a toxic situation, we fell out. And then everyone, my counsel, my BFFs, they kind of surrounded me and they were like, hello, like, we hated them, but we're glad that you're back to basics. So I get it. I do wonder, Alex, is this enough to carry a show? Because we all know that speculation on confirmation, just to say it. This is for the show. Charli and the D'Amelio family have the little show coming out. Are y'all gonna watch the show? Is this making y'all feel like Kim and the Kardashians are out of here now? Because I don't feel like that. Because they're coming, the D'Amelios, they're coming, girl.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, first of all, I think that show is going to be very interesting because Charli, I mean, we don't really know her well, but what we see on TikTok, she's very, very sweet. She kind of keeps to herself. I know she's a little goofy. We've seen some videos here and there, but I think, I mean, they're Italian. Let me just say that. And so I know Italians. I know that they're entertaining and they're fun and they're loud and they love parties and all of that. So if they are, you know, stereotypical Italians, it'll be fun to watch. However, they are coming for the Kardashians because, I mean, these two have like, they have more followers every single day. They continue to blow up and they are just taking over. It's unbelievable. It's really shocking what their kind of platform has become.
I mean, when there's a new platform and you're considered attractive and you're consistent, I mean, the success is basically there for you. A white person that looks good and consistent on a new online platform, it makes me think that for the next social media platform, just because I told y'all that, if you're white and you're attractive and you want the coin, if you sit up there with that information I just gave you, and when TikTok go down and Byte rises back up and you don't jump on that, that would be a bag fumble on your part. I'm giving y'all the bag right now. So if you're watching this and you white and you look good, and other people going to say the same thing, the soon as TikTok go down, if it goes down, let me be fair, if it goes down, Byte will be there waiting for you. It's basically the same thing. And y'all gonna be Charli over there. What happens should TikTok get banned? Alex, what happens to Charli and all the other girls and all the Savage and all that? What happens to that?
Yeah, you know, I think it's kind of like what happens when any, you know, when Vine went away, when any kind of social media platform diminishes, you kind of see those breakout stars. There's that few 5 to 10 that really make it. I think they'll be okay because they are kind of.
Said YouTube, and you're absolutely right. Yeah,
that's true. And they've already taken to YouTube. Both of them have YouTube channels.
Awful. I mean, shout out to them. Awful. You're absolutely right, Karina. As soon as one social media platform goes down, annoyingly, YouTube progressively gets worse, and that's just the thing.
Yes. Well,
I know we miss Vine, y'all. I know we do, because YouTube was perfectly fine before Vine went down and all of them came over.
R.I.P. Vine.
R.I.P.
Okay, well, someone that is not going away anytime soon are the Kardashians. And let's get into our Kar Jenner tea time. Why don't you take that away, Courtney?
Alrighty, you guys, if you're ready for all of the tea held behind the Kar Jenner gate, turn your volumes down for Kar Jenner tea time! Hello to everyone in my studio, which is no one, just myself.
This is just, it's better every day. Okay, so let's get into this Khloe news because this is similar news that we've heard before, but Khloe Kardashian fans just Kylie, she shows Dark's new pic. So people are saying Khloe was unrecognizable in this new pic. She captioned it, tie-dye talentless, which is Scott's brand. I look so young in this photo. I love it. LOL, maybe it's the hoodie. So fans even started mistaking her for Kylie, saying that isn't Kylie. I thought this was Kylie for a sec. I'm getting all the Kylie vibes. Is anyone going to tell her she has Kylie's face? So why do you think the Kardashians have such, you know, drastic look transformations daily? Because have you ever been unrecognizable in pics? I mean, I have looked the same, I think, or people tell me since I was like 13 years old. I think I had the same license for like 10 years or however long you can have it until it expires. I had it because the photo didn't change that much. So what do you think? Not saying that, of course, I have gotten older, but you know what I mean? Why did they do this? Like, this photo really doesn't look like her.
I just think they have an extreme case of body dysmorphia. I mean, they're constantly taking on the comments of people saying that they're ugly, even though there are thousands of people saying how gorgeous and beautiful they are, to the point that they're transforming their bodies to look like them, to look like us. But I mean, I don't know. I guess right now Kylie is the standard. And so it's easy to sort of compare all of the sisters in the family to Kylie. I feel like she's arguably the biggest one in the family. So I feel like they changed their looks to keep up or stay ahead, question mark.
Right.
I feel like there's a lot of insecurity there. There's a lot of insecurity there that money can't fix. Do you think that it's okay to be transforming your head like that, Alex?
No, I mean, I don't. Here's what I will say. I think that whatever helps someone's confidence, they should do. You know, I don't want to tear them down here and say that what they do is terrible. If that makes them happy, personally, that's not something I would do. I think someone should embrace their beauty, whatever it may be. But if that's what makes them feel better, then to each their own is what I say about that. I do think that I did see this photo and not recognize her at all. I thought it was Kylie as well. So I'm with the fans on that. But then tomorrow she'll post another photo where she looks more like Khloe. So I don't know. It's just, the whole thing is interesting to me.
Do you think, Alex, that they have like a family therapist?
I would assume, but I'm assuming. I think that I know that on the show, I know that they've each separately have gone to therapy or spoke about it. I think I could be mistaken, but I do remember watching episodes where they have dealt with that. I mean, therapy is good. I'm a proponent of therapy. I think it's healthy for people. So if they go to one, I think it's admirable. They definitely deserve it.
They should get
everything they
one. That's what they're missing. That would be interesting to see the Kardashians back a therapy app like Talkspace or one of those. That's what they need to do. You're welcome, Chris. That's the next step. Because I wonder, like, with all, that's my response. That would be if I was Kim Kardashian, right, and I wanted to be shady without saying anything and passively. The second that Jamil post went up about y'all are already messaging me about Kim and her non-existent ways, I would have been like, bam, therapy. For the girls that are looking at me, since y'all feel like I'm changing their minds and warping their minds and their opinions of self, here's some therapy for you, and I'm going to go back to doing my job, which is being Kim Kardashian. You get what I'm saying? That would have been a smart move. See, Chris, you need me on the team. Where is Chris in the kitty cat wig? Where is she? Because, Alex, I got the answers. Kanye, you don't have the answers right now. I got the answers, girl.
You do. Yes. I mean, that is a great point. I think Leo's saying in the chat, or support mental health in a more significant way. I think that is true. Obviously, that is something that has been a struggle in their family, between Courtney being public about it and, like we just mentioned, Kanye, who is now part of their family. They've been through a lot, rightfully so. I mean, they deserve to go to therapy and do all of that as much as any other person. So, but speaking of the Kardashians, let's get into this Kim news, because this is interesting. So, of course, Kanye is running on an anti-vaccine presidential campaign. We talked about it yesterday in the morning tea. Well, Kim actually took North and the rest of the family to get vaccinated on an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. So I guess in 2013, there was proof that she took the family, including their daughter together, Northwest, to get these Tdap vaccinations. So they're used to protect against whooping cough. So a couple years back in 2013, whooping cough was going on.
I hate that commercial.
I know.
If y'all know what commercial I'm talking about, I hate that. What the baby going, I hate that. Oh my God. It scares. I hate it. Sorry, Alex. It drives me insane.
No,
I hate it.
I know. So I guess Kim is kind of one of the only celebrities that has really been vocal and public about being pro-vaccine. So it's just interesting that this came out because, or someone recalled this episode because Kim is technically, according to Kanye, Kim is one of his advisors. So how do you have an advisor on your team that doesn't necessarily agree with your policies? You know what I mean?
Alex, right now, Kanye is sick mentally. And he has been very vocal in the past about being bipolar and not wanting to take his medication because it makes him feel like a superhero. I believe it is a fair speculation to speculate that Kanye maybe is not taking his medicine right now and could maybe, not a doctor, don't listen to me professionally, could be in the midst of a manic episode. I used to have a very close friend that was schizophrenic and bipolar. And so it very much is giving me manic episode right now. And I think that although this is a very serious time, it very much is very serious, especially with the road to November coming up, girl. I just wish the family was more concerned on helping Kanye. However, you cannot help someone that doesn't want to help themselves or will accept the help. You get what I'm saying? So my thing is, y'all, hear Kanye, don't absorb Kanye. You get what I'm saying? I look at it like another episode of a reality TV and don't pay him no mind. You get what I'm saying? That's my comment on that.
Kelly says in the chat, Tdap is really good for everyone who travels, especially constantly. Kanye's ridiculous. Listen, there's a lot of vaccines that are super important in my opinion. But that'll be an interesting conversation at home when this news comes out. I think also she also supports Planned Parenthood, whose Kanye has come out that he does not support it. So they have a few things that they disagree on. And I think they need to, if this is true and this does become real life, they're going to have to discuss a few things before they continue because they don't agree on a lot right now. As many husband and wives don't.
They got to get that organized and get that together before Kanye start talking to the public. You get what I'm saying? Because you know how people take stuff and run with it, and then it's just confusion, and then everybody's like, well, we're not voting in November. Everybody's fake and everybody's wrong. You know how the girls get. And then we're going to get Harambe Part 2. I'm over it. I ain't going to have it. I will say it every day, Alex. Y'all better not put that deceased animal on that ballot. That's all I want to say.
Wesley just said to Karina, we're the Tea Party.
Oh, because they moving into the White House? Listen, Wesley, Karina.
We try.
We're the Tea. Oh, in terms of voting.
Even though there was already a Tea Party. I like where your head's at. But, we are coming to the end of our show today. So let's get into this shocking and sad news, our OMT story of the day. Glee star Naya Rivera is missing after renting a boat with her 4-year-old son in Lake Piru. So this lake is 50 miles downtown of LA. Naya rented the boat around 1 p.m. and had an afternoon of swimming with her son. And I guess about 3 hours later, another boater found the 4-year-old sleeping on the boat by himself. The boat was kind of drifting. The boys that they both went swimming and he got back in the boat, but Naya didn't follow. So search efforts are resuming today, but they are assuming that it could be a possible case of drowning. This is very, very sad news. Yesterday, she posted a photo with her son on Instagram with the caption, "Just the two of us," which is just heartbreaking. And then also 6 days ago, she posted a photo on Instagram with the caption, quote, no matter the year's circumstance or strifes every day, you're alive is a blessing. Make the most of today and every day you are given. Tomorrow is not promised. So that is a little eerie with this news today. Tomorrow is not always promised. I am praying that they find her. But at this point, there is just a lot of speculation that it could be possible drowning. This is just, a lot of celebrities, including her Glee co-stars, Harry Shum, Heather Morris, Demi Lovato, who is guest co-starred, have shared their concern on social media, asking people to send prayers. Her ex-fiance, Big Sean, of course, he hasn't publicly responded. He's liked a few tweets referring to Glee fans also chimed in to share how much like Naya's character on the show, Santana Lopez, helped them learn about accepting. And she's been an inspiration to fans to actually come out and an ally to the community. So this is just very heartbreaking. The Glee family over the years has had a lot of, heartache between Corey Monteith and then Mark Salling, currently the Leah Michelle allegations, and now Naya. It's just crazy to me, everything they've been through. And of course, Naya has been, she was divorced and was in a abusive relationship or allegedly. So she's had a lot herself going on. So this is just so sad. What do you think about this?
It is very sad. Especially, I'm a very big Glee fan. So the news, just to put it into perspective, I was on TweetDeck years ago, and the second that the Corey Monteith news broke, it was like the first tweet on my timeline, and then the whole internet turns into a grieving moment. And as soon as I saw the tweet, Alex, I had to shut my phone off. I turned all notifications off, muted everything because it's awful. Fantastic, phenomenal actress, mother, singer, girl, who else do we think about besides the other iconic Amy Winehouse when we think about someone singing Valerie? No, we think of Naya Rivera singing the hell out of that song on Glee. You get what I'm saying? It's heartbreaking. The only thing that I can, right? You know what I mean? I want things to be okay. You get what I'm saying? I want her to be like, oh my God, see, we got my ankle and I washed up a short. You know what I mean? Girl, I was running through the forest. I want it to be something like that. And until we have sort of permanent, where is Naya answer, let's keep hope alive. That's all we can do right now.
I agree. Let's stay hopeful and hope that they find her, because this is just horrible. And of course, her 4-year-old son, my heart just breaks for him and everything that possibly he's feeling right now. So it's just very, very sad. But until then, on that note, that is the show for today. We will stay on this story as well as any other developments and report back to you. I hope it's only good news. But as always, I'm Alex Schiffman. You can follow me on socials at Alex Schiffman. We will be back tomorrow for Shambong Friday. Courtney, where can they follow you, of course?
You can follow me on social media as well as my own individual YouTube channel for the Green Chair Chats at Courtney Revolution. Just type that into the search bar up there.
Yes. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. After watchers, we love you as well. Thank you for joining us after the show. And we'll see you tomorrow. Why don't you take us out, Courtney?
Alrighty, we'll see you tomorrow for Shambong Friday. And without further ado, wash your hands, Leo. You better wash your hands. Scrub your hands. Scrub your hands. Scrub your hands. Hey, just scrub your hands.